All right, Chef Nicole, I am really excited to get this next bit started. Next up, we're making a whole grain mac and cheese. We're gonna start going through our ingredient list. So first off, we need some whole grain pasta. The recipe calls for rotini, but I have a fondness for these little elbows, so we mixed it up today and went with elbows. You can really do any shape you want. If you want shells or the little bow ties, go for it.
Get fancy with it.
Yeah. Next up, we have shredded cheese. We're using a cheddar today. You can either shred it up block yourself, or you can buy it already shredded from the grocery store. We bought a shredded low-fat cheese. We're also going to use some American cheese slices. You can get the brand names, or you can buy a store brand, whatever works for you. We're also going to use milk. Today we bought a low-fat milk. You can use whole if you'd like, but using a lower fat option helps to reduce those calories and a little less fat for you.
Sure.
We're also going to flavor it with white pepper. What's the difference between white pepper and black pepper?
So white pepper is an ingredient that I'm super fond of. It's a little bit more pungent than black pepper, meaning tastes a little bit stronger than black pepper. And it's a little berry, just like black pepper, but it's ground much more fine, and it has like a gray, light brown color to it. So the reason we're using it is because our sauce is going to be a really pretty pale yellow. And instead of using black pepper that would leave all those little black dots in it, we're going to go ahead and use white pepper so that you don't even see it, but you get the great flavor.
Yeah, great tip. So our last ingredient we're going to use is a breadcrumb. We picked a whole wheat breadcrumb. Anytime you have the option to do a whole grain or
whole wheat variety, go that route.
That's a good way to go. So we've got all our ingredients. We have our tools. Let's get to cooking.
And this is super simple. You'll see it's as quick as making a boxed mac and cheese, but we're gonna do it all from scratch.
Cool. All right, Chef Nicole, do you want to show us how to make a great cheese sauce?
Absolutely. So what we're gonna do is Chef Meg's gonna hand me all of our ingredients, and I'm just gonna start our burner over a nice medium high. We want to get the pan nice and hot, and then we're going to basically bring our milk to a quick boil and then turn it down again, and then we're going to start adding our cheese products.
Here's the milk.
Milk, thank you.
You're welcome.
And milk, when you're simmering or boiling or working with milk at all on a stovetop, you really want to keep an eye on it. Never walk away from milk on a stove because it tends to get hot real fast, and milk actually has some solids in it, so it burns really easy. Okay, now we got some action going on in the pan, some bubbles starting to form, so we really want to turn it right down to a medium-low quickly and just let it simmer because it will burn. Chef Meg, go ahead and add our American cheese, and you'll notice as she adds it, I'm just going to let it sit for a couple seconds and really just absorb the heat that's happening in the pan. That helps me break the cheese down a little bit, and I'm going to agitate it in our milk with this whisk by starting to break it up and really just making some quick movements in the pan with the whisk will help start to incorporate the cheese into the milk. If you do this too fast, something happens in culinary arts that we call breaking the sauce. If you do this too slowly or too quickly, so this recipe requires a little bit of skill. You don't want to break your sauce. But you'll notice it just starts to, I don't have to do much, just starts to incorporate. Okay, Meg, I'm ready for my shredded cheese. Okay. And again, I'm just going to let this cheese absorb the heat for a couple of seconds. Just going to add about half. And you'll notice it starts to get really thick really quickly. Starts to smell really, really yummy. Again, I'm not over stirring or moving anything around too much. Okay, I'm ready for the rest, Meg. Just going to push it down in there in that nice heated up sauce. And it starts to get stringy. When the cheese starts to get stringy and glossy, you know it's time to start agitating it, moving it around a little bit. Okay, white pepper, Chef Megan, please. Thank you. So you will see we are pretty much done. The sauce came together that quickly. I'm just going to incorporate this white pepper in here nicely. And that is it. Then all you have to do take your already cooked rotini or elbows in our case, add them to your sauce. And again, the cool thing about culinary arts is that if you like a real cheesy mac and cheese, use less pasta. If you like macaroni and cheese that just is basically noodles with a little bit of cheese flavor, use more pasta. You don't have to feel restricted to anything. And so you can go ahead and actually eat this right now. So you can go ahead and serve this right up. Or what Chef Meg and I like to do is create a baked version of this really yummy mac and cheese. So we're going to use an aluminum pan. You can go ahead and use a casserole dish or anything mom or dad have at home. And you just want to transfer this into here. And make sure, this is granite countertop I'm working on. Make sure the countertop that you're working on can take this type of heat. And you just spread your macaroni and cheese out like this. Grab your whole wheat breadcrumbs. Go ahead and sprinkle those right on top. And again, you can use as much or as little of this as you'd like. Another cool thing that we like to do is add some peas or broccoli or some type of your favorite veggie so you get a little bit more of those vitamins and minerals and nutrients in there. And that is our homemade baked macaroni and cheese. Let me know how you're doing. You can always find me at chefnicole.com or on Facebook. I'm always posting new recipes that you may want to try at home. See you in the kitchen.